Ay, magandang araw sa lahat ng ating mga viewers. My name is V. Panaga and you're watching Money Matter Show. So I'm honored for today dahil pagbigyan ako na makausap po sa episode na to ang aking KM professor and also my advisor in my project during my Masters in Technology Management course. So I will give a short brief introduction about him. He's a retired teacher in UP Diliman. He has worked 7 years in the government under President Fidel Ramos, and he co-owns a consulting company with dominant market share in the KM niche in the Philippines. So KM stands for Knowledge Management. So, welcome natin si Dr. Serafin Talisayon or shortly called Apin. So, we always called him Doc Apin or Sir Apin. Ayan, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat and I'm honored to present to you yung guest natin, none other than my KM Professor, Doc Apin. Sir, magandang araw po. Maraming salamat at napagbigyan na makapanayam kayo. Specifically, sir, I would like to ask first, siyempre, ano po ba yung knowledge management or KM and paano po ba nabuo itong about KM po?
Alright, yung knowledge management, nag-umpisa yan sa US at sa Europe, mga 1990. So it's about 30 years old na yan.
Okay.
Knowledge management or KM, it is a systematic way to use skills or information or relationships to do things better.
Okay.
Or to do better things. And KM is applicable not only at work but also in daily life. Because everybody wants to do things better.
Yes.
Or to do things faster. Or to do things with less mistakes. Mga ganon, ano?
Yes po.
So, you want me to give examples?
Yes, sir. Kindly give us examples para mas maintindihan, mas ng mga viewers natin.
Kasi ang definition na internationally accepted was provided by ISO. ISO is the office affiliated with the United Nations in charge of international standards.
Okay.
ISO. Sabi ng ISO, knowledge is human or organizational asset enabling effective decision and actions in context.
Okay.
So enabling effective action or decision. Halimbawa, example of human asset, alam natin yan, skills.
Yes.
So we have to manage skills so we can do something effectively. Example, sa ating school system, hindi tayo tinuturuan how to relate to our future spouse.
Okay.
Very important skill yan. So we make mistakes because nobody taught us. We have to learn as we go along. So it's a big gap. It's a kind of skill need for better relating to an important person in our life. I'll give you another gap in our education system. Skills, no? Ako, natuto ako ng financial literacy along the way.
Okay.
Walang ganyan sa school system, very important yan, ano? So, yeah, skills, no? How to manage skills.
Yes.
And then information, how to manage information. Okay, another example. Many years ago, my mother-in-law died.
Okay.
But my wife was abroad. So I don't know what to do. I don't have a checklist. I don't have a manual, no? So I have to go to the hospital, get several copies of the certificate. I have to be there to sign something when the body of my mother-in-law was picked up by the anong tawag doon, yung funeral
Funeral, funeral services?
funeral service. So I don't know what to do. How do I select the right coffin? Or anong ilalagay ko doon sa obituary? Anong unahin ko? Pagkatapos, I have to have one copy to the mortuary, another, doon sa funerals parlor, another copy sa local government. Ang dami gagawin. I don't know, anong sinilagay kong pangalan sa obituary? No, I have to recall kung sino. Naku, I don't have the information for effective action. So, that's another asset, information for effective action. No? Okay, another example is relationships.
Okay.
Asset din yan asset. If you have the right relationship or working relationship, you can do something effectively. For example, very common example, when I was in the US, when we are driving across the US, sa mga highway sa US na hindi namin alam, somebody has to be the driver and somebody has to be the navigator.
Yes.
Nakatingin sa mapa. Kasi yung driver hindi pwedeng tumingin sa mapa, no? So, hindi pwedeng pag nakalampas ka sa exit, naku, ang layo, babalik ka ng ilang miles, no? Anyway, so yun ang example ng KM, knowledge management. And many people are doing KM, but they don't call it KM.
Not aware.
They're not aware it's KM, but in KM, they're doing it systematically.
Okay. So basically, sir, based dun sa mga shinare nyo, diba, as you have mentioned, yung KM is a systematic way na gagamitin natin yung skills and knowledge natin to do things better. Like yung binigay nyo example using the information and yung pati yung relationship mismo. So ano po, sir, yung pinaka-basic skills needed for KM?
Well, dalawa.
Okay.
You have to recognize assets.
Okay.
Minsan meron kang asset na nalimutan mo na. Yung pala pwede mong pagkakitaan.
Okay.
Mga ganun, no? Recognizing assets. And one asset that we fail to recognize is working relationships.
Okay, working relationship.
Kasi you can do things better, certain things better if you have the right working relationship. Halimbawa, example ko sa government. Sa government kasi, they have to get release of the money from DBM.
Yes.
Kahit na na-allocate ng Congress, pagka-release, sa DBM mag-authorize ng release ng pera. So, an important working relationship will be, meron kang kakilala doon sa loob ng DBM.
Okay.
Na, almost personal relationship na pwede mong tawagan and so on, mga ganun, So, relationships are very important. So, number one is recognizing assets.
Okay.
Managing them. Okay. The second most important is, anong kailangan ng customer? Anong kailangan gamit ng knowledge? Anong kailangan ng user? You have to know how to listen.
Okay.
You cannot guess what is needed by the customer. So number one is recognize your assets.
Yes.
Yan ang supply. Number two, listening to your customers.
Okay.
Yan ang demand.
Yes.
And then matching supply and demand.
Yes. So sa economy, sir, di ba? The law of supply and demand. Sir, can you explain about knowledge for poverty elevation?
It's a book or ebook which was the result of a collaboration between my company, CCLFI, or Community and Corporate Learning for Innovation, and Philippine, ano yun, FP. Anyway, the biggest foundation in the Philippines that gives anti-poverty project funds, no? And they have, at that time, they have already funded more than 900 community projects, the poorest communities. Kasi they have several billion pesos in their bank. And yung earnings niya, yun ang ginagamit nila for funding, giving grants, no, sa mga communities that are very poor para to alleviate their poverty. And so ang ginawa namin, hinanap namin out of 900 plus, 10 most successful projects.
Okay.
And ang tanong namin, ano nangyari dun sa 10? What is unique? Why are they the most successful? Our finding is this. Kasi yung project, ginamit yung mga pre-existing assets of the skills and relationships and so on of the community.
Okay.
Yung famous Grameen Bank sa Bangladesh, successful yon kasi ang mga umaandar doon, mga housewives, sila nagpapahiram ng pera. Eh yung mga housewives, kilala nila kung sino yung bad borrowers and good borrowers. At saka, mapapahiya yung kanilang kapitbahay pagka hindi nagbayad ng ng amortization sa sa utang, So, relationships no? Relationships very important. Pagkatapos, yung mga skills, no? So meron silang basic skills, no? Basic accounting skills, no? Kasi Grameen Bank is a kind of lending institution at the grassroots, no? And it is not a matter of, in other words, yung mga successful anti-poverty projects, we're able to use the infusion of tangible assets or money from the foundation together with their intangible assets, yung kanilang human capital, yung kanilang relationship capital, and so on. Meaning you have to recognize, halimbawa, another success factor sa mga communities, mahusay ang kanilang relationship with the mayor.
Yes.
So, nakita ng mayor, ang ganda ng project nila. So, siya suportahan ng mayor. Pagkatapos, pagtapos na yung project, kuminsan yung mayor, nag-allocate ng pera from the local government to sustain the project. Sometimes it happens, no? So, relationship, good relationship with the mayor or with the barangay captain. Relationships can help you do things better.
Okay. So, sir, based dun sa example nyo, basically, nagamit talaga yung KM with dun sa mga projects nila for poverty, knowledge of poverty elevation, which is yung, binabanggit mo you have to recognize yung assets, and then yung building yung sa relationship talaga mahalaga, as well as yung sa matching ng supply and demand. So, sir, can you specifically provide us example in real life how KM can be applied, kung ano po yung naisip nyo pinakasimple that our viewers can also apply in themselves para sa kanilang family and as well as na makapag-provide din sila ng impact sa iba?
Okay. They can use the Ikigai formula. Ikigai is a Japanese word.
Okay.
It means your life purpose. Actually, Ikigai is a word from Okinawa. Okinawa, mga islands yan sa southern part ng Japan. Mga Okinawans, they are famous for being very productive, very long-lived. Maraming mga 100 years old plus dyan. And very happy people. And they're wondering, bakit kaya ang daming matatanda dyan na 80, 90, nagkatrabaho pa?
Yes,
No? Oo. So, ang sabi nila, one of their secret is ikigai.
Ikigai.
So, ano yung ikigai? Alright. Yung mga nakikinig ngayon, remember this, no? You have to answer 4 questions sa ikigai. Number 1, make a list of those things that you love to do. You love to bake, you love to advise people on their life problems, you love gardening. What do you love to do? Yung gustong-gusto mong gawin, no?
Yes.
Hindi ka itulak, gagawin mo talaga, no? Okay, list number 1. List number 2. What are the things that you do that you are very good at?
Skills.
Yung mga kaibigan mo, yung mga kapitbahay mo, humihingi ng tulong sa iyo pagka ganyan, ano? Si magaling magaling mag-repair ng electrician yan, magaling mag-repair ng mga electrical problems sa bahay, ganyan. So what are the things that you do very well?
Yes.
Okay, list number 3. What are the things that you do that you can be paid for?
Okay.
3, no?
Yes.
3 listahan yan. Hindi naman pare-pareho yung mga yan, di ba?
Yes.
Like to do, what you love to do, what you enjoy doing. Number 2, what you are very good, you are expert in doing.
Expertise.
Oh, super magaling ka magluto ng putsero or ginatang mais o mga gano'n. Number 3, what are the things that you do that can be paid for?
Okay.
It may be something that you're doing now, nakakasweldo ka. Or it may be something that you're not doing.
So you have
Okay.
to check.
Anything that you do or you can do that you can be paid for. Okay. So look at those 3 lists. Ano yung common dito sa 3? Ano yung nasa 1, 2, and 3 na nandun sa lahat 3?
Okay.
Siguro meron isa, may 2, may 3, may 4 na entry na nandun sa 3. Okay? Alright. And then number 4. Yung 1 or 2 or 3 na nandun sa 3 listahan, pare-pareho nandun, tanungin mo. Ano-ano dyan ang kailangan ng mundo? What does the world need? Meaning, pagka ginawa mo yan, naku, magpapasalamat sa iyo maraming tao.
Okay.
Totoo ginagawa mo. Talagang you will be praised at saka ibabalita sa ibang tao pagkatapos talagang gusto nila, happy sila. It's making them happy, making them fulfilled. What the world needs. Okay. Pag nahuli mo yun, yung sa 4 na tanong na yun ang iyong ikigai.
Okay.
When you do your ikigai, you have the motivation to do it. You don't need anyone to push you because you love to do it. And you can do it very well. And you will make money out of it. And people will thank you because the world needs it. So you're happy and productive. It's no longer work. Work is now something that you enjoy doing. So, hindi na trabaho pag ganun eh. Pag masaya ka sa ginagawa mo, hindi na trabaho.
Yes.
Kasi yung mga hindi masaya sa trabaho, tuwan-tuwa pagka Friday. Sa Amerika, God, it's Friday. TGIF. Kasi, ayaw nila yung trabaho nila, so pag Friday na, ay salamat, tapos na yung trabaho, pwede na akong mag-happy-happy. Pagdating ng Monday, nako, ayan na, trabaho na naman. Pagka ginagawa mo yung ikigai mo, wala kang ganong attitude. Pag gigising ka sa umaga, mabilis kang gumising kasi gusto mong gawin na yung gusto mong gawin eh. So, my advice is this. Discover your ikigai. And when you discover it, nako, you will be a happy and productive person and probably even a very wealthy person.
Wow. Thank you so much for that wisdom, sir, no? Sobrang, ano ka lang, sir, ako mismo na-amaze. Number one, di ba, yung lagi sinasabi, ano yung gustong-gusto mong gawin? Yung love mo na gawin.
Love.
Number two that you have mentioned is your expertise.
Expertise.
Expertise is, ano dun sa mga ginagawa mo na pwede kang mabayaran.
Saleable. Saleable.
Sa tatlong nabigay nyo po is, it's like you have to create yung Venn diagram na kung ano yung magiging common dun sa tatlong. And something na magkakaroon ng impact. Yun yung nagiging number 4. Tama po ba?
Tama.
And then, on discovering yung ikigai mo, that is very important. Now, sir, relating to what you have shared, discovering yung ikigai, kasi using the KM would be something na applying it in our personal aspect and professional aspect would be something na magiging sustainable. Tama po ba? But ang pinakamahirap dyan for sure is how to discover yung ikigai para maging sustainable yung pag-apply ng KM. Can you at least give us some, yung mga ginagawa nyo na, meron ba kayong pinagawang routine or being mindfulness para mas magiging aware kayo deeply dun sa sarili nyo?
Sustainability.
Yes, to make that KM sustainable growth for, in both aspects, in your personal and professional. So makakatulong din to, hindi lang sa mga individuals, kundi sa mga companies and organizations as well.
You know, ang problema, ako kasi, huli ko yung sagot dyan, tanda na ako.
Okay.
Sana, nalaman ko yung sagot sa tanong mo, nung college student pa ako. So, yan ang isang gap sa ating education system. And one of the people one of the authors na nakatulong sa akin para makuha ko yung, mahuli ko yung sagot dyan sa sustainability, si Robert Kiyosaki. Okay, give me 1 minute, I will get something.
Okay, sir.
This is a game
Cash flow.
to give young people, even elementary people, elementary grade, the basics of financial literacy. Dalawa yan, merong for kids at merong for adults. And game. So I recommend that game. And to summarize, for sustainability, sa umpisa, when you are young and after graduation, siyempre, maghahanap ng trabaho, no?
Yes.
So ang unang-unang nasa otak ng mga graduates, trabaho. Nothing wrong with that, no? Ang problema, ang kanilang mindset, they will be employees their whole life.
Exactly.
I think that is a very wrong mindset. Because that mindset is based on working for money.
Yes.
Pero sabi ni Kiyosaki, you must be smarter. You must find ways and means to make money work for you. Ano yun? You read Robert Kiyosaki and you play cash flow.
I have read cash flow.
Mga passive income, mga ganyan, and so on.
The Cash Flow Quadrant, sir. It's one of the books that I have read. that opened my mindset that employment is not the only source para dun sa
It's not the only, it's a common, pero it's not really the best way.
Mm.
The best way is, sa umpisa, employment muna.
Yes.
Then, gradually, you will have either a business or investment.
Mm-hmm.
Investment, wala kang gagawin eh. Ilagay mo lang ang pera, pero mababa ang returns dyan eh. The highest return will be treasury bill. No? Low risk, pero, ako, tatagayin ka ng bangko. No? You are making the banks rich. No? So, as you go along, go into business. Entrepreneurship.
Agree.
Kaya ngayon, maraming nawalan ng trabaho, maraming nawalan ng income. Kaya, one of my concerns, kaya naglagay ako ng sa Facebook ng New Economy Explorations because of the pandemic, how do we have these poor people gain extra income? Ang unang problema yung mindset eh.
True.
They don't have an entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
And nag-uumpisa yung problema sa mga professors.
Yes.
I was talking to a professor sa College of Engineering na she became dean and later on she became undersecretary sa DOST. Ko, ang inyong mga courses for employment, not for entrepreneurship. Create kayo ng stream kahit na 5% or 10% who are going into entrepreneurship. And who will go into innovation and entrepreneurship. Walang one. Yung kanilang mga thesis, sabi ko, if you want to identify topics for your masteral thesis, pumunta kayo sa mga factory. Ano yung problema diyan? Yan ang gawin yung thesis. Baka bigyan pa kayo ng pondo ng factory because you are solving their problem. Tsaka baka ma-employ pa yung graduate after kwan. So, wala sa otak ng mga professor yan. Wala. It's the assumption is they are training engineers to be employees their whole life. Except TMC. TMC is that they don't forget entrepreneurship. Kaya marami sa mga estudyante sa TMC, may ambition to be, or either they are already entrepreneurs. Okay.
Thank you, sir. No, tama po yan. With regards to that, kasi using the KM, it will help them na mas maintindihan yung root cause on managing their finances. Paano po natin ngayon i-share with our viewers? Siyempre, hindi naman lahat alam agad about the concept of KM. How does KM can help them managing their finances, especially we are now facing pandemic. So hindi natin alam kung hanggang kailan totally mawawala unless meron vaccine nga sa COVID-19 na to. And of course, it also applies dun sa mga companies kasi marami din pong syempre nawalan, lahat affected.
Yung website mo, ikaw may mas maraming alam dyan eh. Jovi, ba't mo ko tinatanong? Ha?
Sir, I would just like to share po, di ba, yung applying KM para mamalis natin yung personal finance natin as well as also dun sa mga companies and organizations. Using KM, tama po ba ako na you have to understand kasi kung ano yung asset mo. So applying it in personal management, dealing with our finances is yung isa sa mga nagawa ko po about the money matter, so would be understanding Pinoy mindset. So sir, in your perspective po, how our viewers can apply KM in managing their finances? Na makakatulong din po sa mga companies.
Ano yung kanilang mga skills na marketable? So, baka meron silang skills na nandyan lang pero hindi nila ginagamit. o hobby lang or hilig lang, pero it can be marketable. So look for those skills that they can be paid for.
Mm.
So that's one.
Mhm.
Sa internet, maraming mga information on how to go into home-based business.
Mhm.
So anyway, ang feeling ko dapat the government should help, especially after this pandemic. This should help many Filipinos go into home-based online export of services.
Mm.
Services, no, not goods, no. So they stay at home, but they earn dollars. How do you do that?
Okay.
Give an example from my own personal experience. In 1983, na-assassinate si Ninoy.
Mm.
1983, nung assassinate si Ninoy,
Mm.
maraming dollars na umalis sa bansa.
Mm.
They really left the country and nagkaroon ng inflation, tumaas yung peso-dollar rate.
Mm.
So pag mataas ang inflation, you have to buy now instead of buying later.
Yes.
And
Agree.
I buy everything now. Mabubulok lang yung mga foodstuffs, no?
Mm.
What I did, because I have, at the time, I have a diesel jeep and a driver, I went into trading.
Mm.
I took orders and I nag-research ako.
Mhm.
Where is the cheapest eggs in the entire Metro Manila? Where is the cheapest place for chicken?
Mm.
Nasaan yung mga wholesale place, no?
Mm.
Well, of course, meron bagsakan dyan sa sa may EDSA sa north, but meron isa pang bagsakan sa lampas ng konti sa Kalamba,
Mm.
mga agriculture goods. I have an auntie who owns a market stall selling meat products. So she gives me, meat products wholesale price. Hindi niya ako tinutubuan.
Mm.
So I went into trading.
Mhm.
I'm a professor. Wala akong pakialam dyan. I want to learn how, But after 1 or 2 years, I stopped it because medyo nag-ease up yung inflation.
Mm.
I was not really an entrepreneur. I was just a very defensive entrepreneur, no? And then, siyempre, meron akong steady income as professor. It's a very low income.
Mm.
That's why I earn more money from consultancy from the very beginning.
Mm.
So consultancy is also a form of business. You have to listen to customers. You have to give them what they want. You have to learn how to negotiate. You learn how to, it was a learning thing for me.
Mm.
So the question is, what can you do that you can be paid for? Now, maybe you're not yet being paid for now. That could be the basis for enterprise.
I see. Sir, thank you for that wisdom. So, sir, can you share more about yung KM online courses nyo? Is KM for everybody, and how does KM benefit us in every aspect in our lives?
Well, yun nga, ang formula is use your skills
Mm.
to earn dollars without going abroad. Can you earn dollars while staying at home? You can. You just have to be very creative. So ano yung pwede mong gawin that can do that? And for me, since I'm a teacher,
Mm.
in 2013, we started an online KM practitioner certification course. And you have to always listen to customer and give them what they want. And if they do, they will advertise your product for you. They'll be very happy. Since 2013, we have 19 classes. We have more than 200 graduates from 33 countries. Yung current class, the 19th class, we now have graduates across 9 time zones. No, sorry, students across 9 time zones. Ang problema namin yung mga Zoom meeting, anong oras natin Zoom meeting?
Magkaiba.
Iba natutulog, iba na. So,
Reason.
but anyway, it's an example of earning dollars while staying at home.
Yes.
And one of my former students in TMC, you know him, Juvie, si Tibo Malilin.
Sir. Mm-mm.
Meron kami niluluto. Another scheme for earning dollars while staying at home.
Wow.
We are developing a new product.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, this is the formula. Use your skills,
Mhm.
use your effort to earn dollars while staying at home.
Agree. Totally agree with that, sir. With that, sir, i-ano ka lang po, di ba? You have created a private FB group, the New Economy Explorations. So, I'm very honored na in-invite nyo ako to join the group. And as I have checked, it's a space where members can pool their experience and insight to help each other survive and excel in the global economic changes brought about by the pandemic. And also to contribute towards shaping the emerging new economic order. So sir, tell us more about it. Paano mo siya na-create, what is spark your idea, and then ano yung pinaka-main goal na gusto mong ma-achieve, very specific main goal. So share about us lang po, yung about dun sa group po.
Ako, hindi ako nag-Facebook. I have a Facebook page, but I go there maybe once every 2 months. Hindi ako, I'm not hooked into social media. Meron din akong sa Instagram. But I'm not hooked. I don't want to be hooked. No? Starting March, nung mag-umpisa yung pandemic, I could sense that there are people with problems. Money problems are psychological problems. Some of my students are very honest. They email me. They're really depressed. They cannot function properly because they are afraid. They are worried. There are many things. So I went to Facebook and I posted a series of posts on how to manage fear. Because I have my own way of managing fear.
Yes.
And maraming mga likes and loves and maraming mga comments and so on. Sabi ko ba, mukhang useful itong pinopost ko. So ang ginawa ko, nag-create ako ng website. Doon ilagay yung mga series on how to manage fear.
Yes.
I have another series, how to boost your immune system. So, ang nangyari, dumami yung series, tapos nilagay ko lahat sa website. Ang pangalan ng website, Midwives of the New Earth. Because I believe that this pandemic is paving the way for the new earth. Okay. So that was March. Last June, I had a dream. I did not tell this to many people, but I'll tell this here. In my dream, I saw the US dollar. Merong nakatatak na new version.
Okay.
Sabi ko, magising ako, there will be a reset. A global reset in the economic reset because of this pandemic. Now, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wait. I don't want to wait for things to happen to me. I'm going to make things happen. Yung former President Angara, yung Senator Angara was president of UP. And meron siyang, I remember, meron siyang sinabi sa amin noon. There are 3 kinds of people.
Okay.
Those who watch things happen,
Mm-hmm.
those who make things happen,
Mm-hmm.
and those who don't know what's happening. Okay. So, I want to help. I want to, ako kasi, I have no more financial responsibilities. My kids are all grown up.
Yes.
At my stage, the moment your bunso finishes college,
Mm-hmm.
you enter a different financial stage in your life. You are suddenly free to do things that you cannot do.
Okay.
Suddenly, you have more financial freedom. And that's where I am now. Um, Making money is no longer number one in my list. It's still there.
Mm-hmm.
Hindi mo mawawala yan hanggang meron tayong katawan na kailangang kumain at saka mabuhay. But, hindi niya number one. Iba na yung number one sa akin. I want to help people.
Create an impact.
Yes. I want to contribute. I want to help people. So that's why I created that new economy exploration. And I am going to post very soon yung result. Ang ganda ng result nung education problem cluster.
Wow.
Oo, ang ganda. So June yan. June, July, August, September, 3 months pa lang. It's a very young group.
Mm-hmm.
92 members. So we'll see what these 92 members can do. A lot of connections and so on. So let us see.
Okay. Sir, can you give us yung pinaka-highlight na lang, although napaka-short period pa lang nung about dun sa new economy explorations. Ano na yung nakikita mong highlights and na masasabi mong na-achieve na or about to achieve? Parang tidbits lang po.
Well, number one, yung isang subgroup
Mm-hmm.
na I am co-managing with Thibaut has come up with low-cost, high-impact solutions sa education problems.
Mm-hmm.
And I already wrote a paper. Pinadala ko kanina kay Thibaut for his review. And then after that, papadala namin dun sa 24 out of the 92 who contributed for their review. And then we will release it to the public. But even before it's released to the public, umandar na ako eh.
Okay.
Si Andre Fournier sa Davao, solution na pwedeng gamitin ng mga schools and teachers to help students na they're very poor, they don't have computers sa bahay. Ngayon, online learning na ngayon eh.
Mm-hmm.
Paano ngayon? Kawawa naman sila, wala silang computer. So meron solution si Andre. Si Joey, meron din siyang solution. 2 different solutions, no? So ginawa ko, last September 13, I connected Andre with a group of 15 teachers from UE, PUP, and Kalinga State University. Tuwa yung mga kwan. Tapos, the following September 20, itong Sunday na nakaraan, kinunik ko na naman yung mga teachers doon kay Joy Wee. They were so inspired with what Joy is doing. And then, ito maganda. After the Sunday meeting, yung contact ni Joy na nasa BPO, decided to donate used computers to Kalinga State University. Kasi yung mga BPO companies, ang dami nilang computer which they renew, they replace with new ones. So, yung ibang BPO companies, they, part of their corporate social responsibility, they give away the computer for free. So, yung isang BPO, they decided to give it to Kalinga State University. Pero, dapat bibilhan ng mga bagong peripherals. No? So, and the peripherals cost 2.8K per unit. So, affordable. So, I connected them. So, it's moving now. There's another group. it's a small group. Ang mga members dyan, si John Borromeo, si Al Isles, ako, and then there's a famous Filipina healer in Moscow, si Joe. So we are meeting, and what we are doing is we are preparing a bankable business proposal for seaweed farmers in Cebu.
Wow, nice.
Featuring 4P.
Yeah.
Profit, planet, people, planet, profit, psyche. Kasi yung people, planet, profit, yan ang sustainable development eh.
Okay.
Triple bottom line. Kaya lang, walang spiritual, walang values formation. So psyche. So 4P instead of 3P. And then I am now in contact with someone from the Philippine Carabao Center. This is a government agency under Department of Agriculture. They help Carabao farmers, nagko-collect sila ng milk every morning and then they convert into useful products, no? Nasa Nueva Ecija ito. So, describe yung ginagawa namin preparation for seaweed farmers Cebu. Maybe you can do something for the Carabao farmers. Key dyan is this: the farmers must co-own the processing plant. Silang may-ari ng processing plant. So they have the incentive to give it's actually integrating vertically integrating the supply chain, okay? So we must have prepare a bankable proposal which can be funded by socially responsible investors. Kasi there are many socially responsible investors, mga impact investors na they want to make money, but in a good way for the environment and for people. So they are very, so sila ang pwede magpondo ng mga ganyan. So that's another one. Pero hindi ko pa yan ina-announce masyado sa grupo because it's still in its infancy. Yes. And then there's a third group. Nagbe-brainstorm na kami on drafting a proposal to the Philippine government to establish a Department of Home Welfare or Department of Family Welfare. Because work from home, study from home, everything is happening now in sa home. And the families are burdened. No? They need computers, they need space, they need good internet. Maraming mga kailangan yan eh. And then they must be helped in small-scale business and so on. Dapat yung mga utilities should not be, wala dapat na predatory. Anyway, we are preparing the position paper and meron ng si Bang X Mundo who works at NSC. She'll be the channel to the government.
Okay, that's nice.
She agreed already. Siya yung parang go-between na papadala niya sa gobyerno. Let us see.
Wow, sobrang sir, in a very span of short period lang, madami na agad nakikita nyo na possibility na ma-accomplish. So, ang ibig sabihin kasi nito, you have to start something. Hindi naman agad na perfect, pero kailangan gumawa ka ng action, take action kahit very small step. Yung simpleng ginawa nyo lang from your idea, ginawa nyo agad nag-take action na kayo. And then from that, from June lang siya, di ba? June, July, August, September. So, with the
July, August, 3 months.
Ang dami na po agad na nakikita natin na possibilities na maitutulong. So,
kasi maraming ideas from many people. Creating a network na yung something that you need could be provided somebody, parang jigsaw puzzle na everybody will happen to fill in at the right spot at the right time.
So nagko-connect po sila. Kaya mas mabilis din yung progress niya. Sir, any word of advice, tip to all our viewers on how to survive during this crisis and excel?
Well, unang-una, take care of themselves.
Sure.
Especially kung they are 90% of them, they're worrying, they're afraid. Take care of themselves. They cannot function if yung kanilang makina may problema. So they have to take care of themselves. And then ikigai. In other words, you have to find meaning in what you do. You have to have a direction, and this is not something that your boss will or a priest will tell you. No,
Yes.
it's not something that your parent. It is to come from innate within you. It's already there. Hanapin mo lang. Yung ikigai is not coming from outside. It's coming from within you. So hanapin mo yun, what is innate to you. And in fact, we have an ebook that has more details about discovering what is innate with you. Discover your creative pathway, because people are very creative.
Yes.
They're innately creative, and this ebook we are giving away for free. It took 2.5 years to produce because there's so many people involved. No. I was about to 3 years ago. I was about to start writing it, and then so early in the morning, I get insights. And one morning, when I was starting to write that book, sabi sa insight, teka, hindi lang ikaw ang author niya, maraming author yan. Ganun ba? So anyway, nag-create ako ng website, and then 30 to 40 people was there, and then we co-created, and then parang kulang pa another website, another group. Eventually, there were 8 co-authors who wrote that book. It's a free book. It's downloadable from the Midwives of the New Earth. Discover, follow your creative pathway in pursuing your life mission. Because if you have your ikigai, your life mission, your life purpose, everything will fall into place.
Okay.
So that's my advice. Take care of yourself and make sure what you are doing is meaningful. And meaning can be provided by your religion. Some people find meaning in linking what they're doing with their religious beliefs. Nothing wrong with that. Away-away yung mga religion, yun ang di maganda.
Yes.
Sa Middle East, nagpapatayan because of religion. No? Ako, I'm not a religious person. I don't go to church. I go direct to God. Kaya yung isa sa mga Facebook series ko is on how to better listen to God.
Discernment. Two-way prayer, sir.
Nandoon sa website, Midwives of the New Earth, how to better listen to God. And all of these are not theory or textbook, no. Practices ko yan. Because if you are doing something that naka-align doon sa taas, tutulungan. Maraming darating na tulong. Kaya, yung mga e-book na yan, sinasabi ko sa inyo, ang daming dumating na the right people will come at the right time. And then, things will happen. There is no coincidence. If you are aligned, pag naka-align ka sa taas, there is no coincidence. There will be a lot of assistance coming. You're not alone. There are many people helping, visible and invisible.
Wow, agree to that, sir. As in, super na, ulitin lang natin, sir, no? Yung pinaka-key talaga is to take care of yourself, love yourself. Para sa ganon, makakatulong ka rin talaga, hindi lang sa sarili mo and family mo. And to have an impact talaga. And I so love yung sinare mo sa akin, sir, na that was March 25. You have given me the e-copy of your Healing Our Divided Planets. Sobrang sa akin yun, sobrang ang laki ng impact. Kasi yung mga books na sinashare mo, it's not theoretical, but more on what you have.
Experiential.
Yes, what you have experienced. Inintindi mo siya, ni-reflect mo. So para mas magiging absorbable and mas applicable sa kung sino man yung nagbabasa noon. So super thank you sir for all those na binibigay mo sa amin sa mission mo na talagang you wanted to help and to share yung wisdom mo based on your experience din. Like yung nabanggit niya sir, di ba, yung how to check yung yung gift natin to create an impact. So lahat yung you gave it free dun sa website nyo, tama po ba? Lahat na kikita doon, pwedeng i-download ng mga viewers natin.
Ibigay mo sa kanila yung link ng website, yung Midwives of the New Earth.
Okay, sir.
Freely downloadable doon yung mga yun. We're giving it away for free. Yung mga 8 co-authors, saka 30 plus contributors nung pangalawang book, they agree to give it away for free.
Okay, sir. So yung
talagang saludo nila.
Isang website lang yun, sir. Tama po ba? Nasa isang website.
Isa lang. Lahat na doon sa isang website. Midwives of the New Earth.
Midwives of the New Earth. Okay, sir. So any last word, meron pa ba kayong gustong sabihin sa mga viewers natin?
Go to the website and if you like it, they can email me. You can share the viewers my email address. So I'm willing to help if I can. Yeah. So thank you for this opportunity, Juvie, for sharing what I can share in this occasion. So.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. At binigyan mo po ako ng chance to have a conversation with you since I know you are so busy. We are also busy in every aspect na pinagagawa natin, especially now sa crisis. Naano ko nga po na nung normal, busy na tayo, pero mas sobrang busy pala, mas sobrang hectic ngayong na may crisis tayo. And for sure, a lot of our viewers have gained a lot of wisdom and knowledge with my conversation with you. And sana po sa mga viewers natin, kung ano po yung mga natutunan nila, kung ano yung mga key takeaway nila, feel free na i-share nila sa comment and feel free na kung ano po yung mga gusto nyong concerns na you want to reach out to Sir Apin, you have to check yung kanyang website. And then we will also post yung website para mas makita nila, and then yung contact number niya, sir, yung email niya po para they can directly email you for that concern. So sir, again, thank you very much for sharing your precious time.
Thank you also, Juvie.
And sa mga viewers natin, marami na naman po tayong natutunan na wisdom from the KM Guru, Dr. Serafin Talisayon. Number 1 po natin dyan would be the KM, how we manage our knowledge. And talagang initially, you have really start within yourself. Yun talaga yung pinaka-susi doon. You have to start within yourself, you have to love yourself, and everything that you do should be aligned to the most powerful innate spirit. So kung sino man yung pinapaniwalaan nyo, if that's your God, so it has to be aligned with yung pinaka-biggest Holy Spirit, yung creator natin. So we will share yung website and how you can access yung mga works ni Doc Apin, as well as his email address. You can email him. He will surely love to help you kung ano po yung mga concerns ninyo. Share with us kung ano yung pinaka-key takeaway, ano yung pinaka-tinamaan ka about this conversation, ano yung nakapagpa-realize sa'yo na despite crisis, you know na makakapag-survive ka, na you don't have to wait for somebody or anybody to help you out, pero it should be start within you. Feel free to comment kung ano po yung pinaka-key takeaway and learnings nyo, and if you have any other questions that you wanted to be answered, feel free to comment also and contact us. Again, maraming salamat po sa panonood nyo hanggang sa muli nating episode dito sa Money Matter Show.